Leo Tolstoy was a famous Russian writer and philosopher who lived in the 19th century. He is widely known for his literary works such as War and Peace and Anna Karenina, which are considered masterpieces of world literature. Tolstoy's writing often reflected his spiritual beliefs and his philosophy of nonviolence and social justice. Tolstoy's quotes are often controversial because they challenge the conventional norms and beliefs of his time, particularly those of the ruling class in Russia. His views on religion, politics, and social inequality were considered radical and subversive. Tolstoy believed in the power of the individual to effect change, and that true happiness comes from serving others. His writings and ideas inspired many social and political movements, including nonviolent resistance and civil disobedience. Tolstoy's quotes remain relevant today because they speak to universal truths about the human experience and the struggle for justice and equality. His ideas continue to inspire people around the world to question the status quo and work towards a more just and equitable society. Below are some of Leo Tolstoy's controversial quotes to enjoy. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very sorry for him and wish to ease his lot by all possible means except by getting off his back. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. If you want to be happy, be. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. To get rid of an enemy, one must love him. The two most powerful forces in the world are love and justice. The most important knowledge is that which guides the way you lead your life. The truth is not always the same as the majority decision. The most important thing in life is to be able to give up everything for what you believe in. Art is not a handicraft. It is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. All violence consists in some people forcing others, under threat of suffering or death, to do what they do not want to do. Music is the shorthand of emotion. Truth, like gold, is to be obtained not by its growth, but by washing away from it all that is not gold. Anything is better than lies and deceit. Man is created for happiness, and the happiness of man lies in doing good. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is, and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. The strongest of all warriors are these two, time and patience. Everything that I understand only because I love. The most important questions in life can never be answered by anyone except oneself. The greatest joy that a man can experience is to create something new. War is the greatest sin that can be committed by mankind. Faith is the force of life. The best way to find oneself is to lose oneself in the service of others. The only way to live is to act on one's beliefs. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. The more we live by our intellect, the less we understand the meaning of life. The most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man if he has not formed any idea of them already. But the simplest thing cannot be made clear to the most intelligent man if he is firmly persuaded that he knows already, without a shadow of doubt, what is laid before him. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. The most difficult thing, but an essential one, is to love life, to love it even while one suffers, because life is all, life is God, and to love life means to love God. The most important thing in life is to stop saying I wish and start saying I will. Patriotism in its simplest, clearest, and most indubitable meaning is nothing else but a desire to do good for one's country. Love is the only way to rescue humanity from all ills. The greatest lie on earth is that man has a right to do what he wants with his own life. The real meaning of life is to serve others and do good. The biggest mistake people make in life is not trying to make a living doing what they most enjoy. One of the biggest tragedies of human existence is that we often waste our lives chasing things that don't really matter. What is art? It is the response of man's creative soul to the call of the real. All the problems of the world could be settled easily if men were only willing to think. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. The goal of mankind is knowledge. Love is life, everything that I understand only because I love. Everything exists only because I love. The only true happiness in life is to love and be loved. The true joy of life is the journey of discovering oneself and others. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. The greatest challenge in life is to be yourself in a world that is trying to make you like everyone else. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video. Please share your opinion in the comments column.